You know when you go to the movies and you pay for that free popcorn refill, but you never actually eat it? Well, this time I'm gonna show you what to do with all this leftover popcorn. I've got 4 recipes to share with you. How to use leftover popcorn with a couple other ingredients to make some delicious dishes. Here's dessert number 1. I've got refrigerated cookie dough. This is just the Walmart brand cookie dough, nothing fancy. We're gonna put this in our 9x13 dish, bake it according to directions. Of course, you can make your own cookie dough if you like doing that better, but I like to find the easy ways to do things. So we are using refrigerated dough. If you like a thicker cookie, get more cookie. I'm just gonna do a thin layer on the bottom here. Going in the oven, 350 degrees, and we'll start checking at about 8 minutes. All right, let's work on this popcorn topping. We're gonna start by melting 1/4 cup of butter. And then I'm gonna grab my spray the inside of my measuring cup so that my light corn syrup will pour right out. I'm just using 2/3 cup. And then I'm gonna pour in 1/2 bag of milk chocolate chips. If you like semi-sweet, you can use that too, or even dark, whatever your preference. After the chocolate has melted, turn the heat off and then add your 4 cups of popcorn. I'm using movie popcorn leftovers, but if you just wanna pop a bag, you can do that too. Stir until all the popcorn is coated in the chocolate mixture and set it aside. Cookies just came out of the oven, so what I'm gonna do is take 3.5 cups of miniature marshmallows, pour it right on top. Even this out. Then this is going back in the oven. We're gonna melt these marshmallows. We'll leave it in about 2 to 3 minutes. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Just poofed up a little bit. Looks real good. Let's move fast. Let's get the chocolate popcorn. I'm gonna put this on top and kind of mush it into that marshmallow. Jiggly marshmallows. This looks delicious. Fast. This sets up pretty fast. All right, we're gonna set this to the side. We're gonna melt some peanut butter and chocolate chip morsels and then some white chocolate. I couldn't find just plain peanut butter morsels. If you do that. If not, this works too. You can use butterscotch, whatever you like. This is what we're going with right now. All right, we're all melted. All we're gonna do is just drizzle these on top. Okay, so just to remind you, there is a chocolate chip cookie on the bottom. Then we have some puffed marshmallows. And then our chocolate mixture, which has chocolate, butter, corn syrup, and then popcorn. The first time I did any recipe with popcorn on TikTok loved it, Pinterest loved it, Facebook loved it. It was corn chips like Fritos with white chocolate and popcorn. So good. You guys gotta go watch that. All right, recipe 1 for leftover popcorn. Voila! Here's dessert number 2. You're gonna wanna pull out a heavy bottomed pot. This Always pan is the perfect pan to use for this. It was one of the best investments that I have made for my kitchen in a long time. I'll link it below if you're interested. But what we wanna do is turn it on to medium-high heat and we're going to melt 1/4 a cup of butter, 1/4 a cup of brown sugar, 1/4 a cup of granulated sugar, 2 tablespoons of light corn syrup, and get that all mixed in and wait for it to boil. Once you have a good rolling boil, turn the heat off and then add 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt, add 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, and 1/8 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla, and 1/2 cup of marshmallows. Get that all mixed up in there really well. You'll know it's almost finished when it kind of starts to poof up. Those marshmallows give it some body, and so does that baking soda. So as soon as it starts to rise a little bit and all the marshmallows are melted, you know it's ready. Okay, it's time for the popcorn. I have got a cookie tray here, and then I have a silicone mat. This is gonna help it not to stick whenever it's all done. So I'm gonna take 5 cups of popcorn. This was just leftover movie popcorn. We took full advantage of the free refill that we got with this. If you don't have movie popcorn, then just pop some up. All right, we're just gonna smooth this out. I'm gonna add just a little bit more. I got some holes. So 5-ish cups of popcorn. I guess you can do as much as you want. Okay, let's get the gooey stuff. It smells delicious. Woo, yes. Just mix this up. At this point, it's kind of hard to stir, but that is okay. The next thing we're gonna do is put it in the oven, and that's gonna help to kind of melt it and smooth all this out. The oven is preheated at 250 degrees. We're gonna pop it in for 15 minutes and then pull it out and give it a stir. This has been in the oven for 15 minutes, and I'm just gonna give this a stir and get all this popcorn coated here. Okay, we're going back to the oven. 15 more minutes and then we're good. Okay, this is my second round of 15 minutes. I'm gonna give it one good stir and then I'm gonna let it sit and cool. If you don't feel like your popcorn is completely covered with the cinnamon mixture, you can absolutely put it back in for a little bit more time. That looks so good. All right, I'm gonna let it cool and then we can dive in. Here's dessert number 3. You need 3 ingredients for this popcorn, and it is popcorn, Oreo cookies, delicious, and almond bark. This is super simple. You can double or triple this recipe depending on how much popcorn you have left that you need to get through. We're just doing a small amount so that I can get a lot of recipes out of this leftover popcorn. We're gonna start by taking 10 Oreos and putting it in a baggie. My absolute favorite way to crush things up, the good old rolling pin. I'm gonna take this package of Great Value almond bark and I'm just gonna use half of it. I'm gonna put it in this container, melt it, and then we'll be ready to go. I've got a cookie sheet here and I'm gonna line this with some parchment paper so that my popcorn doesn't stick. And then I'm taking 5 cups of popcorn. We'll drizzle the almond bark on top here. You know what? I got one more popcorn. I have plenty. Let's do it. Let's finish up this drizzle here. All right, and now for the yummy ingredients, the Oreos. I crushed them up real fancy here in this bag, and now we're just gonna sprinkle them on top. Looks like I'm pouring soil on top of this. Now I'm just gonna give it a toss. You can switch this recipe up. You can use mint Oreos, the peanut butter Oreos, the golden Oreos, whatever kind you like. All right, now we're just gonna spread this out, get it as flat as we can, and then we'll let it cool and dive in. Here's dessert number 4. I have 3 cups of popcorn in these dishes. These are our Oklahoma City Thunder bowls. We always, bring them home after we go to the game. So I've got 3 cups of popcorn in each one of these. I have a half a cup of white chocolate chips with 1.5 teaspoons of jelly. We like grape, use whatever you want. This is a half a cup of white chocolate chips with 1 tablespoon of peanut butter. We like creamy Peter Pan, but if you like some nuts in there, go for the crunchy. I'm gonna melt these in the microwave and come back. I will say this peanut butter is a little bit harder to melt than the jelly. The jelly melted up real fast. Maybe another 30 seconds. I got it all melted up here. We're gonna take the peanut butter and white chocolate and pour it into our popcorn. Give all that a good mix in there. Time for the jelly. This could be like really cute princess popcorn. You could do grape jelly and strawberry jelly, pink and purple. That'd be real cute. Maybe put some colorful marshmallows in here. Okay, now what we want to do is grab some wax paper and lay these out. And now peanut butter. Then we'll just set it out to dry and then store it in an airtight container. 4 popcorn dishes, all with leftover movie popcorn. If you like this video, follow Finding Easy for more.